Drop a small piece of iron into water, and it sinks in an instant.
Now picture a ship weighing over 200,000 tons, built entirely of steel, floating as easily as a feather.
How is that possible? Is the water somehow tricking us? Most people assume heavy things sink and light things float. That assumption is wrong.
If weight alone decided the outcome, every ship in the world would already be resting on the ocean floor. Water isn't as calm as it looks. It resists anything that tries to push into its space.
When an object enters water, it pushes some of that water aside, and the displaced water pushes back with equal force. That upward push is called the force of buoyancy. The secret isn't the material, it's the shape. A solid chunk of iron displaces very little water compared to its weight. But a ship's hull is hollow and filled with air, so it takes up an enormous volume compared to its actual weight. The more space an object takes up, the more water it displaces, and the greater the buoyant force pushing it upward. A ship stays afloat as long as that buoyant force is greater than or equal to its total weight. But if water gets inside its hollow body, the ship loses the very space that was keeping it afloat. Once weight overtakes buoyancy, the ship begins to sink. This is exactly what happened to the Titanic. It wasn't the steel it was built from that sank it, it was the water that got inside. So why not just build every ship as a simple square box? Because shape doesn't just decide whether something floats, it also decides how stable and balanced it stays. The more intelligently weight is distributed inside the hull, the better a ship resists waves without tipping over. Engineers don't fight gravity, they negotiate with it. Try this at home. Roll a piece of clay into a small ball and drop it into a bowl of water. It sinks immediately. Now reshape that same clay into a small hollow boat and place it back in the water. It floats. Same mass, same weight, completely different shape. That's the core idea behind why ships float. Next time you see a giant ship crossing the ocean, remember, it isn't the steel holding it up, it's space inside it, something you never see.